Twitter Files Part 8 coming out late yesterday, detailing a new, and it's serious stuff, an unbelievable detail of corruption between Twitter's involvement with the Pentagon and propaganda about the war in the Middle East. That's what came out late yesterday.
Yeah, here to discuss is former U.S. Attorney General Matthew Whitaker. Sir, good morning to you.
Good morning. Good to be with you.
Good to see you. People at home have had a tough time keeping up with this. It is difficult to follow because Elon Musk and these various journalists there's new dumps almost every single day now. Quick question about Twitter File 7. I couldn't believe this, and you used to be the Attorney General, so you were in charge of the FBI director, who's of course in charge of the FBI. We learned that the FBI was literally paying Twitter to do basically anything they could do to undermine conservative voices, but also, and there were 80 people in the FBI dedicated to this, undermined Donald Trump, who was then the sitting president, who was also their boss at that time. When you saw that, what was your reaction?
Yeah, I don't think the scope of this has even sank in yet, because ultimately, not only were they doing that against Trump on Twitter, but they had to even have a broader path through Facebook, through YouTube, and some of the other, Google. I mean, we're just seeing the tip of the iceberg right now, and ultimately, once we get a full picture of what the FBI was doing with social media, suppressing certain voices, taking people off, deplatforming, and otherwise censoring, I think we're going to see this as the biggest First Amendment violation in government history.
Yeah, great point. At this point, we only know, what allegedly happened with Twitter. Now to Files 8. So investigative journalist Lee Fang headed the Twitter Files 8, is showing Twitter allegedly gave special protection to the U.S. military's online psychological influence ops. What was your initial reaction to these files?
Yeah, this is something that I think no one assumed was happening, because to use social media platforms like Twitter to distribute propaganda to other parts of the world on behalf of the U.S. government just seems like something straight out of a spy novel. And this, what we're learning in this most recent revelation just demonstrates how our, really our intel community, and happens to be DOD, how they have used Twitter as an instrument to advance, I guess, arguably our national security interests, but ultimately, I think they have distributed propaganda. It's plain and simple.
Yeah, more to come on that. It's really it's disturbing what was going on. China's got state media and state social media. This is state-run social media. What was going on between Twitter and the FBI and the Democratic Party and what they were doing for Democratic politicians. January 6th, they had their final hearing, what we hope was their final hearing a day ago. They made criminal referrals to the Department of Justice when it comes to President Trump. 4 charges, 1 aiding or assisting in insurrection. That's the one that I've got circled, because let's say Merrick Garland moves forward, charges Trump somehow gets convicted. That means he can't run for president again. That's the only one that would make him ineligible to run for president again. Do you think Merrick Garland takes this seriously and moves forward with these ceremonial recommendations?
No, I actually have some experience with referrals from Congress. You do your investigations based on the facts that you have and what the law is. The Department of Justice has actually looked at that insurrection statute, have looked at how it applies to the 14th Amendment, and in about 900 cases they've prosecuted related to January 6th. Not once have they brought that. In fact, they've done quite the opposite. They have said that, at most, it was this idea of the conspiracy that they've charged some of the militia groups with seditious conspiracy. And, they have said that, that they did it in spite of, and that Donald Trump was merely a pretext for what they were already planning to do. And so I don't think the Department of Justice is going to have any interest in not only that referral, but actually it makes Merrick Garland's job a little tougher, because it inserts, congressional politics and, this one-sided January 6th committee. It's not going to be helpful if they were going to pursue through the special counsel, Jack Smith, any charges related to January 6th. I don't think there's no evidence there to charge any crimes. We saw all the evidence, and it's thin at most.
All right, well, we will see.